Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. So I have come with a very exciting problem today again, and it's a very good standard problem. And I would feel that a bit of concept, just a little bit of concept, will actually crack this problem in a very easy way. But many people cannot get that idea, and that will be resulting in the longer form of the solution. So like people will be trying for the alternative method, but the solution that I'm gonna tell will actually crack this problem in just a few lines. So getting into the problem, so let H be the sum of all the determinants of order 2. Alright, H is the sum of all the determinants of order 2 having 0, 1, 2, 3 as the 4 elements. 0, 1, 2. Alright, it's not, there is no 3, it's only 0, 1, 2. And from this you can infer that one element will be repeating. Alright, because we have only 3 elements but we need 4, so one element will be repeating. Find common root T of the equation x square plus kx plus r plus box of r plus 1 is equal to 0, x square plus ex plus box of r plus 4 is equal to 0, x square minus e dash x plus box of r plus 15 is equal to 0. Alright, so what is box here? So box is nothing but GIF. Alright, so box is GIF, greatest integer function, such that t is greater than h. Alright, t is the common root and h is the sum of all determinants of order 2 having 0, 1, 2 as the elements. And yeah, and the fourth condition is k plus e dash is equal to 0. Alright, k plus e dash. What are k plus e plus e? Lot k e dash are the coefficients of x in this three quadratic equations, and the value of r is limit u tends to infinity 1 by u sigma I is equal to 1 to u 2u I divided by u square plus I square. I feel there is a root missing here. Yeah, there is a root missing here actually. So whole root. All right, so I'll just write this value again. So it's basically let me write it in black. R is equal to limit u tends to infinity 1 by u sigma I is equal to 1 to 2u I divided by, alright, let me write this again. Yeah, 2u and I divided by root over I square plus u square. Alright, so this is the equation that has been given to us. Like this is the value of r, and this is the whole question. So how do you approach is what I'm gonna explain you right now. So the very first question, I would actually tell this, like for every math problem, divide the problem into statements and solve it individually. Okay, every statement has some meaning, has some role to play in the solution. All right, so first thing is h. Okay, so basically yeah, just a moment. I'll just write here all the variables that I have so that I can avoid some sort of confusion basically for that reason. So what are all the equation? K, E, E dash and R and T and H and U and I. Alright, so these are the things that I have. Alright, fine. So let's move here. Yeah, fine. So I'll be using my red ink here. Yeah, so h is sum of all determinants of order 2 having 0, 1, 2 as elements. Alright, so this is the value of h. So many people actually gets confused, like what can be the value of h. Like they'll be making all the determinants, like all the matrices possible with 0, 1, 2, and they'll be finding the determinant of each, and they'll just take all the time. But just think for few seconds and you can see that the value of h will actually be equal to 0. Alright, the value of h will actually be equal to 0, because if I take just a simple matrix alpha, beta, gamma, delta, alright, all these four I'm gonna take, and the number of possible things for this, like you can just put alpha, beta, gamma, delta in the first or the second or third, in the fourth. There are many matrices possible. You can just use a permutation combination and you can find out that you'll be equal to 4 power 4. Alright, So 4 power 4 is possible, or you can even put all the 4 elements here, 4 elements here, 4 elements here, 4 elements here. So you have 4 choices to keep, so 4 power 4. So it's a foolish thing that if I ask you to find the value of all the determinants sum, like if I ask you to find the sum of all the determinants possible for this, like alpha, beta, gamma, delta, you can just change and find all the matrices possible with these 4 elements and find the sum of all the determinants values. Like it's foolish to substitute each value and find it. All right, so it's a basic common sense thing that it will actually be equal to 0. Why? Because alpha, beta, gamma, delta, the 4 elements, I can even I'm just interchanging, right? I'm just interchanging. So in this position I'm getting alpha, delta minus beta, gamma as my value of determinant. In my other determinant, for example, other matrix, I would get beta here, delta here, alpha here, gamma here, isn't it? And now what is this matrix determinant value? Beta, gamma minus alpha, delta. All right, if I add them, it's just equal to 0. All right, so this is one of the rearrangement of this. So there are many rearrangement like 4 power 4. So if you just add them, everything will be equal to 0, like the final sum will be equal to 0. So the value of h is equal to 0. That's where the half of the solution is done. So you don't need to think a lot about this. So you can just remember this as a theorem, I would say, or you can just remember it as an obvious thing, because there's nothing that you need to prove here. It's all the basic thing. And then comes the value of, to find the value of to find the value of r. All right, to find the value of r, it's taking time to load. So to find the value of r, okay, what is r? I'll just use a different thing. R is limit u tends to infinity 1 by u sigma I is equal to 1 to 2u I by root over I square plus u square. I think this is the equation, like the value of r. So you can just use this fine. You can just use this, like convert this series into definite integral. All right, this is how you solve this equation. So just derive this into just convert this into definite integral. For that purpose, let us take u square common from here. Okay, what if I take u square? I get sigma I is equal to 1 to 2u I by u into I, like 1 plus I by u whole square. All right, so this is whole inside the bracket and I by u, and this u I can just write it in this way. This u I can just write it in this way in the numerator, like I by u divided by root over 1 plus I by u whole square into, we have 1 by u here. I'm just getting this into sigma because it has nothing to do with it, so I can just put it inside the sigma, and this is what the value of r, like I just need to put limit u tends to infinity. Alright, so this is what I get. So now I can just convert this into definite integral by considering I by u as some y. Alright, I by u as some y. I can put this in this form, like this one, derivate, like just derivate these values. You get here with respect to u, you get here like 2. Here this is a constant, to derivating here it's 0, and this I by u as y. So you get 1 by u is dy by du. Alright, so you can just put that here itself. So I by u as y and root over 1 plus y square, and this one, I by u as we have taken as y, so 1 by u, you can just put that to be value of dy. Alright, so this is what you're gonna get. And so what else? This is dy. You can just put it as a dy. So integral 0 to 2 y by root over 1 by 1 plus y square into 1 plus y square dy. So this is the value of integral you're gonna get, and this is basically nothing but root over 1 plus y square integrating from 0 to 2. So you can just substitute that value. You're gonna get this value to be root 5 minus like you put 2 whole square root 5, and the other one is root 1. So which is basically root 5 minus 1 is your value of r. Alright, so this is your value of r. So coming to the next page, And in all those equations we find that we need to find the value of box of r. All right, so box of r in the sense box of r root over 5 minus 1, so this is actually box of 1.1, so it's basically 1, so box of r is equal to 1. So let us write our equations that we have: x square plus kx plus a box of m plus 1, box of r plus 1. So box of r plus 1 in the sense box of 1.1 plus 1, so it's 2 actually, so 2 0. And the other thing is x square plus ex plus box of m r plus 4, so again r plus 4 in the sense 1 plus 4, which is equal to 5, equal to 0. And the third equation x square minus e dash x plus box of r plus 15, so it's again 16 now. All right, so this is equal to 0. And how do we use this? All right, how do we use this? So if I assume this as my first, this as my second, and this as my third, all right, so first and second and third, I'll be doing 1 plus 2 minus 3. So what do I get is x square plus x square minus x square, I get only x square, and x I can take common, I get k plus e dash. Okay, k plus e dash. And here I get plus 2 plus 5 plus 7 and minus 16, so I get minus 9 equal to 0. And k plus e dash is nothing but 0 because it is given in the question. So that's the reason I've done like adding them and subtracting them, so that I can add my x coefficients and get it to be 0. So x square minus 9 is 0 and x square is equal to 9, and x is equal to, like, you can get the values to be plus or minus 3. But in the question it has been told to us that the like this is the common root, and basically this is nothing but the common root I have told to that to be t. So t is actually greater than h, and what is our value of h? H is 0, so t should be actually greater than 0. That means t should be the value, like positive value, that is t is equal to 3. So your common root is 3. Yeah, so common root is 3. So I hope you guys enjoyed this problem. So this is not that hard if you get to know this one, like the part h part, and this one is a basic thing, like converting this into definite integral is a common stuff, but you need to like get this logics, then only it works out. Not this problem appears to be one of the toughest problems to deal. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next problem.